And I'm very surprised that the new government is talking this way, because most of those people who are sitting in the new government themselves used to organize rallies like this, themselves used to regularly infringe the Peaceful Assembly Act, the 10-day notice period, which we all thought was unjust. So having done all that, by what hypocrisy it is to now ask for that women's march to be subjected to police investigation. It is sheer gross hypocrisy, and it is disgraceful. There can be no other words to use. When you take one position when you're on the street fighting against the unjust Barisan Nasional regime, and now when you're in power you take a completely opposite view, which is similar to what the Barisan Nasional regime used to do. What other word to describe it than to say that it's shocking hypocrisy. So I think they should just stop this kind of misbehavior. Behave yourself. You are government now. Uphold civil liberties. The right to peacefully assemble is a critical one to ensure that government is held to account. We saw this during the many long years that the opposition and civil society and the public fought against the Barisan Nasional government. As we all know, there were serious wrongdoings committed by that government, and the ability for the public to gather in large numbers and peacefully protest was crucial. We all recognize that. Whether the Bersih rallies or other opposition rallies or civil society rallies, all of this contributed to helping form opinion among the public and pressuring the government to change, and eventually one would think led to the change of government last year. So having seen all that and having advocated all that, is of course very disappointing and actually shocking to see the new government also talking nonsense about the requirement for permits, doing foolish things like carrying out a police investigation on a perfectly harmless and peaceful march. If the march has been entirely peaceful, why do you need a police report? Why do you need a police investigation? You don't. So this behavior is very similar to what the old regime, the Barisan Nasional regime, used to do. This is the state, the government must always facilitate the peaceful public gatherings by people and not throw in obstacles. In this case, it's clear that they're getting worried because there was apparently some LGBT chanting in the group or something like that, and they're pandering to groups that are trying to use this issue as a political weapon in the ongoing political jostling between various groups in the country. So the government must be firm and take the right approach and not give in to this kind of pressure from political pressure to take action on an assembly that was perfectly peaceful.
A lot has been said about it not having permits. So what does the Peaceful Assembly Act say about it?
Under the Peaceful Assembly Act, and as the law stands now, there is no such thing as a permit. That was the old requirement under Section 27 of the Police Act, which has been repealed. I do not know, I even hear some high-ranking police officers talk the same nonsense, that the assembly had no permit, other permit, but there's no such thing already. Under the Peaceful Assembly Act, all that is required is a notification to the authorities, a 10-day notification to the authorities that the organizers are going to hold a peaceful assembly. That's all. So you know, and assuming that even that requirement is not followed, it's just a summons case. There's no point making such a big deal as if there has been a riot. There's been no riot. There's no unlawful assembly under the current. There's no such thing. There is no such thing. Okay, the concept has been done away with after the Peaceful Assembly Act came in. Unlawful assembly existed only as long as Section 27 of the Police Act existed. Once that was repealed, there's no more unlawful assembly. So a group of people peacefully assembling, a group of people can gather anywhere now and assemble and chant, and it will not be an unlawful assembly. But if you don't give the notification to the police, then you may have committed a summons offence.